Well, let's see what kind of mess I'm making. As you can see, I got fascia boards up in quite a few spots. Yes, they are tall. Peekaboo. I'll cut them down after I install them with a keyhole saw. If you can't hear me, it's because of wind. I am sorry. Oh, I got a mess there. Alright. I'm going around the layout. I have not done a lot out here. I've got supplies, but I haven't really put them in. I'm going to be putting some in tomorrow. The locomotive I won from Sparky's is back there. I just cut a little bit, making room for this monstrosity. Now, this is old school. This is called a box girder bridge. There really haven't been any of these built since, I don't know, 1890. This is actually modeled off of a bridge. It's still up, I can say. It's in service as a footbridge for a trail. And down close to Baltimore, Maryland, B&O built a bridge just like this for 2 tracks in 1870, I believe it was, out of steel. But it replaced a wooden bridge that looked almost identical. So that's a wooden bridge. And I built that out of craft wood. And that is going to be installed over the long bridge area. That I made a little bit too long. So I'm cutting back for new abutments. Something else I've got. Oh yes. We now have Madison Fuels. Alright. Now, I'm putting in a cold dump back here at the very back. I already have the fuel service center. It's built, I just haven't installed it. The mine we've all seen before. But yes, I now have car card routing system. And I just ordered a 5-box for over here at the yard. But that's the power plant spur. This is Bachman Feed and Seed, Myersville, Lily Pond. Now the reason why I put it that way is because the grain elevator is actually in 2 different locations. One's in Myersville, one's in Lily Pond, Maryland. The reason why is because eastbound trains will be coming down this way. Well, eastbound, this town, is Lily Pond. And then it goes around behind me to Dickerson, which is this area here. So that's all coming down on the eastern slope, which also uses the power plant. But because this box is going to be mounted here, and the in and out of the power plant doesn't need anything except for coal in, coal out, but that's a loads in, empties out operation. I do not need car cards for those coal hoppers. So that's a lot of hoppers that I just saved. However, I'm going to redo a couple of car cards that say hoppers, and I'm going to use my gondolas for Madison Fuels for the small orders. You can do that because coal was loaded into gondolas just as much as it was loaded into hoppers back in the 30s. So in one direction, I'm coming through, I'm doing Lily Pond. Instead of having just one box for the entire feed mill, guess what? This is what's in Lily Pond. This is what I'm dropping off. Well, once this is all dropped off, I could then flip the car cards and it's ready for the next go. Now everything still has to be sorted, so next run around that has to pick up at Lily Pond, we'll then bring it back to the yard to be sorted to go out east, west, north, or south. This is my south branch. I will be putting the turnout back in, and that goes south. So that's my southern interchange. That's the B&O. Alright. Now, this is Frederick, Maryland. Now, granted, this yard is fictional, but it's based around the B&O station, except for the fact the roundhouse will be right next to the station instead of on the south end of the yard. That's the interchange that goes into downtown Frederick, which would be soon as the wind stops. Anytime now. That would be going through downtown Frederick on the Pennsylvania Railroad, which would go up through Kemar, Maryland, and the points north, including Tawnytown, which I do have an industry in Tawnytown that I pick up from. There used to be a sawmill actually in Tawnytown, just to the north of the old boot factory that is pretty much torn down. So, which was a tannery for the longest time. Well, hello. The wind drives me nuts out here because I can't even hear myself. Alright. So then, that's pretty much how that goes. These guys are becoming shelf models more and more I think about it, because I don't really need as many locomotives as what I've already got out here. Now I've got marked up for 5, but that's my Doodlebug set. That is my 440, which is relegated now to yard service because it's getting kind of old. It was built in 1905. Got 19 here, built in 1919. And that's still working like a champ, but it does local freight. So really short trains. 26 is a heavy freight locomotive and will be used in heavy freight service. 28 is a heavy freight locomotive used in heavy freight service. So those will be the ones running the mine and the power plant. One of these days I think this thing's just going to take off on me. It's a well-built tent, but sometimes the way the wind hits it makes you wonder if it's coming down on your head. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed that. As you can see, Lowry's Lumber, which I offset that one because of the Beast E&O interchange. Did I say Beast? East B&O interchange. And this is the one that I've selected for Frederick Yard already. You got yard in, yard out, and Pennsylvania Railroad. That was going to go on that end, which I'm just about to nail these up, as I've got to cut fascia boards to fit this slot, that slot, that slot, that slot, that slot, and that slot. I should have more than enough, I think. I don't know. See, that's how good I am with measurements. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. This is my update for this week, unless I come out here and do more work. So see y'all Sunday. I just got finished watching Vinny's live video. 4,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Vinny. Alright. He had a shout out for somebody on that video. You're going to have to go back and rewatch it. But I done subbed to him. He's got some pretty good content. I checked him out already. So go ahead and subscribe to him. Now, I'm going to get off of here and get some more work done.